Today's video is going to be for all new runners. These are the 5 things I wish I knew when I started running. Number 1 then, you don't need a million pairs of shoes to be a runner. Lots of brands are going to be trying to sell you shoes that will do amazing things for you, or they say will do amazing things for you. Influencers will be pushing stuff. You really don't have to listen to it all, although I did. As I say, you can get sucked into buying way too many shoes. Now, I have bought so many in the 3 or 4 years that I've been running so far that it is absolutely ridiculous. So at the moment, I've got 11 pairs of shoes that I'm currently using, which is ridiculous. And they're just road shoes. I've also got trail shoes. I've got a couple of pairs of trail shoes and a pair of cross-country spikes. So yeah, a lot. So I've got a lot of carbon plated shoes. Issue with that is you can't really use them all the time. You're not going to use them for your easy runs. And the majority of the things that I do is running easy. And the dog is currently licking the bottom of the stand here. So I run most days of the week. So normally 6 days, sometimes 7, depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. I'll do 2 sessions a week. So I'll do 1 interval session and 1 tempo session. The rest of it is easy running. So the majority of my runs will be in my daily trainer. If we look and see my actual collection here, I have got carbon plated, carbon plated, carbon plated, carbon plate, carbon plate, carbon plate, carbon rods, fiberglass plate, and then I've got 3 unplated shoes. So for most of my running, I've got a choice of the 3 shoes. So having all those shoes, as you can see, is a little bit pointless, considering I can only use most of them either for racing or for workouts, which I only do 2 a week. So the majority I'm doing in my daily trainer. So the first thing I'd say is get a decent daily trainer, because you're going to be doing most of your miles in that. So get a good quality daily trainer. Also get a race shoe. Choose whichever one you want, whichever one suits you. But ultimately, most of the top brands have great shoes. Just find one that works for you. And then what I suggest doing is then once you retire that race shoe and you buy a new one, then use that for your interval sessions and tempo workouts, or whatever you're doing, whatever workouts you're doing in the week. So I'd say really you need no more than 3 shoes, and you'll have no problem at all. Number 2, mileage is king. So there's no bones about it. With running, the more you run, the better you'll be. Now that's not necessarily, you obviously don't run when you're injured. There are times when obviously you shouldn't run, but ultimately for most new runners, just running more will have a much better effect than any different training stimulus that you're doing, or new shoes, new equipment, better watch, anything like that won't have will only be a tiny fraction of improvements. The real improvements you get is from doing more mileage, easy miles, and then mixed in with some speed work if that's what you want to do. But honestly, that's what helped me improve so much at the start. I was literally just went from doing very little to doing about 40 miles a week consistently, with a little session in the midweek sometimes, but not always. And I was just going out, running and enjoying it, but being consistent. And that will build your aerobic base, and it will make you a much better runner. Now, once you've got that to a point where you're not seeing improvement anymore, then you can do all of the other things, all of the other little extras, the kind of cherry on the icing, or is it cherry on the icing, or icing on the cake, cherry on the sundae, whatever it is. You can do all these little things to improve, but there's no point doing all those things and not running very much. So just commit to running more. Do it incrementally. You'll know what you can do, because your body will tell you. So listen to your body. If you're not feeling good one day, don't go. If things start hurting, then obviously be careful of that. But ultimately, ramping up the easy runs, just going a little bit further each week, and then having a cut back every now and again will work absolute wonders. When you first start running, you'll see gains so quickly, it can be quite infectious. And then you will get to the point where it does slow down a little bit, and then you have to do some other things. But just run more. Did I say that right? Just run more, run more, more running, always. Number 3, Strava. Let's talk about the lovely Strava. Absolutely brilliant tool. A lot of people are on it. We'd all love the kudos. We like following other runners, like doing a lot of things on there. But you've got to use it properly. Well, you don't have to. Do whatever you like. It's up to you. Okay, whatever. But genuinely, looking at your average pace, stopping your watch, starting your watch at different times to try and make yourself look faster, qualifying that they're easy runs just so people know that you weren't trying that hard, because otherwise they might think you're slower than you are. That nonsense, just there's no point doing any of that. It's really good for encouraging other runners, for getting that support off the running community, which is really good. But it isn't for kind of showing off, I suppose. That way, again, it can be for some people. But it just needs to be a positive in your running. When I first started running, I did fall into the trap as I was looking at other people's. I was looking at my own. I was thinking, oh, I don't want to. That's a bit slow. Let me speed up for the last couple of kilometers just to get that time down to a round number or something. Now, I mean, probably wasn't really hurting that much, but it potentially could if I did that too much. Right now, I literally don't even look at my watch for most of the time on my easy runs. I might look at my heart rate to make sure I'm not overdoing it sometimes, but mainly I'll have a look at the end of the run and be like, oh, okay. Sometimes it's faster than you thought it was. Sometimes you're working harder and you're running slower. It is what it is. Your body does strange things, especially when you're training and when you're tired. It really doesn't matter. So just use it as a tool for your training, for supporting other people. But there's no need to cheat it, because you're not cheating anyone, only yourself. And again, I cannot stress this enough, nobody else cares. I mean, are you looking at other people going, oh my God, look how slow they are? I mean, maybe you are. If you are, then, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know how to help you. But ultimately, use it for the good. Great tool. Enjoy using it. Don't do the negative things. Again, if you have started using Strava, I dare you to just not stop your watch for a week. So if someone slows you down for some reason, just don't stop it. Just let it keep running and see what happens. I promise you, the world won't end if your minutes per kilometre or minutes per mile is a couple of seconds one way or another. Literally, no one cares. It's your journey. It's your running. Nobody knows what you're doing anyway. Who knows? You could have not slept very well. There's so many reasons for why you could be running at different paces. And ultimately, as long as you get out there and you go for a run, it really doesn't matter. There we go. That's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.